Good afternoon. This is Daniel Christensen from Golden Creek Bee Company, and my weather has taken a big change. I wish the video would show you how cold it is, but yesterday it was 70 degrees and now it's anyways 40. I'm going to take advantage of this weather and do some oxalic acid on the beehives today. I like to do oxalic acid. You'll want to do it when it's cold. Obviously oxalic acid is one of many mite treatments that you can do, and it's best to do it when it's cold because you want all the bees in the hive. You don't want the foragers out foraging around, and when it's cold they're obviously in the hive. And you want to do it at a time when the queen is not doing a lot of brood, which is obviously in the winter time. So you'll see a lot of people do oxalic acid in the winter time. So let's talk about equipment in case you've never done it. Like I said, I usually do it once a year. You'll do a couple treatments once a year, and then I put all my oxalic acid stuff away and don't see it again for next year. So let me show you the stuff that you're going to need. Okay, for oxalic acid, one, you need a vaporizer. There's a number of different types of vaporizers. The most common for hobbyist beekeepers is a vaporizer that looks like this. Has a long pole, has usually some battery clamps at the end of it. It basically heats up this piece here with the oxalic acid in it, and then that vaporizes it. Folks who have more than just a couple hives will use a more industrial vaporizer. Most common is a ProVap, which it is a couple $100, I think $500 maybe for a ProVap. Whereas these vaporizers you can get for, $100. I think this one I got for $75. They all seem to work the same. You obviously need your oxalic acid. Usually comes in a bottle like this. This vaporizer obviously runs on battery, so you'll need a good battery. I happen to keep this battery for solar panels in my barn, and so that's the battery I like to grab because it's always charged up. And then you'll want to make sure you have some safety equipment. Oxalic acid is not the most friendly thing for humans, so you'll want to use a mask, as well as I like to use rubber gloves, and you'll want to have some eyewear too. So that's the key things that you need to do.
So the first thing we want to do is do a test, because you want to know how long it's going to take to vaporize the oxalic acid. So what I've done is, obviously I put my mask on, so hopefully you can hear me talk. I've opened up my oxalic acid, and I put a half a teaspoon on the spoon, because half a teaspoon I think is 2 grams, and I think it's 2 grams per two hive bodies, which is what I typically have. So I'm just gonna put it on here, and then I'm going to connect my battery, and I'm gonna start timing. All right, we are about 1 minute and 1.5 minutes into it, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's just barely starting to fume up here. So we're going to continue watching. Okay, we're at 3 minutes, and you can see we're really fuming here. So we'll give it a little bit more time. Alright, now we're sitting at 6 minutes right now, and as you can see, a lot of it's gone. Alright, and now we're sitting at nearly 7 minutes, and it has just a little bit left. So 7 minutes is about the time it took me to get this one pretty much dissolved. And now it's time to do it for real. Okay, I am at the hive now. And one thing I didn't tell you is you're going to need a rag, and you're going to want to put a rag into it. I'll show you that in a second. introducer and stick the vaporizer in. Alright, so I got the vaporizer in, towel in front of the hive, and we have it turned on, and I'm doing some timing right now to see 7 minutes. Okay, so I finished hive number 2, and as you can see, I'm working on the next hive. And I'm
Okay, so we did one treatment of oxalic acid on the hives today, and to kind of recap, you'll want to do that obviously when it's kind of chilly. The beeves are in your hive here in Texas, 40 degrees or below is kind of normally when I try to knock it out. You'll want to do a couple of those treatments. You'll want a vaporizer. You'll make sure safety first by using some safety goggles if you don't have glasses on, and you know, of course the respirator. And I always wear like surgical, like kind of gloves. You'll put a half a teaspoon on your vaporizer. You'll want to time that out, as you saw today. Ours was 7 minutes, and so I put that in each of the each of the hives for 7 minutes. I do have some overwintered nukes that I do, and I do half of that. So I did like a quarter teaspoon for roughly about 4 minutes, and you know, with that, keep being. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.